You already know the kind of Christian you stop listening to the moment they open their mouth. Maybe it is the liturgical one. Maybe it is the loud one. Maybe it is the one with the wrong vocabulary, the wrong church background, the wrong instincts, the wrong online tribe. You have a file on them in your mind before they finish their second sentence. And you may even call that discernment. But Jesus did not say the world would know you are his disciples by the sharpness of your internal ranking system. He did not say they would know you by how quickly you can detect error from a distance. He said in John 13:34 and 35, "A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another. As I have loved you, that you also love one another. By this all will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another." That is not soft. That is not vague. That is terrifyingly concrete, because Jesus ties your witness to your love, not your branding, not your tribe, not your ability to win a comment war with a verse and a smirk. And notice who is speaking. This is the Lord on the night of betrayal. The room is heavy. The cross is near. Time is short. And what rises to the surface is not, make sure you sort each other into camps as fast as possible. It is this: love one another as I have loved you. How did he love? Patiently, truthfully, purely. He washed feet that would soon run away. He fed a man who would betray him. He rebuked sin without withdrawing mercy. He never traded holiness for hostility. You and I do that all the time. We call suspicion wisdom. We call contempt conviction. We call distance purity. We call caricature discernment. And all the while, the command of Christ sits in front of us, plain as daylight, waiting to be obeyed. So here is the challenge, and it is not theoretical. Before Sunday, contact one genuine believer from a different Christian tradition whom you have already written off. Think of it as a real test. Reach out with genuine curiosity. No excuses. Then listen carefully. That is the mission. Not a celebrity online. Not a straw man in your head. Not a faceless account you can dunk on and forget. A real person. A name. A voice. A brother or sister who confesses Jesus Christ as Lord, even if their church language, style, or practice makes you tense. And when you contact them, you are not allowed to lead with a correction. You are not allowed to disguise a lecture as a question. You are not allowed to bait them into your preferred argument. You are not allowed to perform humility while secretly loading ammunition. Ask one sincere question. One real question you actually want answered. Something honest. Something clean. Something like, what do you think people in my tradition often misunderstand about yours? Or, what has your church taught you about Jesus that has deeply helped you? Or even, can you help me understand why this matters so much to you? Then listen. Listen long enough to feel your reflex to interrupt. Listen long enough to notice where pride starts reaching for labels. Listen long enough for the person in front of you to stop being a category and become a soul. This does not mean truth does not matter. Truth matters so much that Jesus died for sinners and rose again in history, not in metaphor. Doctrine matters. The gospel matters. Error is real. Scripture is not asking you to pretend all differences are small, or that every teaching is equally faithful. It is asking something harder. Love the person while you hold the truth. That is harder than winning, harder than retreating, harder than staying in your safe circle where everyone uses the same words and nods at the same points and never tests the limits of your patience. Anyone can love an echo. Jesus commanded love among disciples because disciples would need that command. The church has always had to fight for truth, yes, but the church has also had to fight the flesh, and the flesh enjoys being right in the wrong spirit. So, Make this measurable. By Sunday, have one conversation. Ask one sincere question before offering any correction. Then pray for that person by name. By name. Not, Lord, help those people. Not, please fix their theology. Pray for them. Thank God for every evidence of grace you heard. Ask the Lord to bless them, to deepen their knowledge of Christ, to guard them in truth, and to purify your own heart while you pray. If you cannot pray warmly for a believer you disagree with, your disagreement may not be your deepest problem. Maybe your deepest problem is that you have learned to enjoy distance more than obedience. And let me press this one step further. If the only Christians you can love are the ones who mirror you, then your love is smaller than the command. Jesus did not say, love one another as long as they fit comfortably inside your approved pattern. He said, as I have loved you. How did he love you? Not when you had everything sorted out. Not when your doctrine was mature, your motives were clean, and your speech was flawless. He loved you while you were blind, proud, tangled, inconsistent, and in desperate need of mercy. And now that same Christ commands you to let his love move through you towards someone you have kept at arm's length. So do not admire this challenge. Do it. Send the message. Make the call. Ask the question. Hold your tongue. Listen in love. Pray by name. And when pride rises up and says, yes, but what if they are wrong? Remember this. Being right is not permission to disobey John 13. Before Sunday, cross the line your pride has drawn and love a Christian you have already judged. This is extreme faith. Until next time.